Hi there. So, I just got back from a weekend in Navasota, Texas, and it was spent at a gay owned ranch. It's not really a ranch, it's more of a um, campground. So, um, this weekend was the yearly camping event for the Houston Pride Band, and I've been playing with them for about a year now, I guess. And and the guy who spearheads or chairs the whole event plays the same instrument that I do, and so we he was trying to get me to go. I've never been really huge into camping, but I promised him that I would go. And so it was like $40 for all of your meals. I stayed in a house. I actually slept on the couch in one of the rooms in the house. The house is basically it's just a house with a kitchen where all the meals are prepared and things like that. And so Thursday night I got packed. Friday morning I left here for the office because the campground is actually closer toward my office than it is toward where I live. And so I decided that I would leave from the office to go out there. And so left for the office Friday morning, worked a little bit, and left around 5, or at 5 really, 5 p.m. To go head out toward the campsite. And so the guy who heads the camping event, he made a little flyer that had all the instructions and everything you needed to know, like for the camping. And so I followed the instructions. For those of you who know me, I'm quite directionally challenged, and so this was no exception. But I actually managed to make it out there Made it out there. I think it was probably around 7:30 or so when I finally made it out there. 7:30 p.m. And so dinner was being served at 8. And so I pulled up in my car, got my stuff out of my car, threw it on the couch, and I was warned that in the morning, Saturday morning, that my room was going to be turned into a dressing room for the drag show. So the big deal with the camping event is that every year there's a drag show, and the drag show is put on by members of the band. And there's another guy, and I don't really know how he is tied in with the band yet, but he spends like a year putting together the show. It's like a huge deal, and I had no idea how big it was until I went to this, but I'll get to that later. So I ate dinner, and so I brought some. So as far as alcohol goes, it was BYOB, and so I did do that. I made some whiskey punch before I left. I made it actually Thursday night, and I put it in water bottles so that it was easy to transport. And so I put it into a cooler with ice and before I left, and I also got some beer and threw it in there too. And total, I had 30 servings of the whiskey punch. I only ended up drinking 9 servings of it the whole trip, because after dinner I started drinking and I got really drunk, and not much else to say there except I passed out around, I don't know, Saturday morning. Woke up and had breakfast. All the meals were served outside next to the fire. So there's like a fire pit where everyone sits around, and then there's like a deck kind of an area, a raised area to the right where the food is managed and stuff, and kind of just really lazed around most of the day. I actually got a little bit bored on Saturday because I'm just not, I don't know, I'm not a social person, and I don't make friends easily, and I don't know, I really need some kind of, it's really sad, but I really need some kind of substance to get social. And that was kind of the plan, was that I was going to stay drunk the whole time. But I was so done with alcohol based on what I had done on Friday that I had to pass. So Saturday was spent just kind of twiddling my thumbs, and I don't know, it was kind of boring. I did get some sun, as you may be able to tell. I have a sunburn. My head is sunburned. So the rest of the crew who was involved in the drag show spent the entire day preparing, and they had to build the stage, they had to get the lights, they had to get the speakers, the sound, they had to get the projection system set up. It was just, I was really amazed at how much went into it. Anyway, so then we ate dinner around, it was kind of, we ate around 6, and dinner was really good. We had some snacky finger food type stuff earlier in the day. So we ate around 6, and it was good. It was barbecue and this really good potato salad that the guy who chaired the thing from our band made. It was wonderful. And then also earlier that day, we had like an arts and crafts time. And there was carving of pumpkins took place. I did not participate in that because I don't know, not my thing. And then also we decorated cupcakes because that was going to be our dessert for dinner. And I did participate in that a little bit. I'm sure people thought I was being a total snob the whole time, but I don't really care. And so then we ate dinner, and then we basically just, sat around the fire and talked before the drag show. And so one thing I forgot to mention is the weather. It was unbelievable. Just beautiful. And so the drag show was amazing. I don't know, I was just impressed at how just everything that went into it, and it was very creative. It was brilliant. The guy who puts it together is just obviously has a beautiful mind. And anyway, he came and talked to us after the show, and I think the show probably lasted like 2 or 3 hours. I mean, probably at least 2 hours. There was a 15-minute intermission, and there were breaks between each skit. And so, yeah, he came and talked to us afterwards, asked for our feedback, and told us about kind of the making of it, and just amazing. So that was that. And then this morning, and so after the performance, all the cast and folks from the band who were involved got totally wasted. I didn't really drink yesterday at all, so I wasn't really having a lot of fun. And so that was that. And then this morning, as soon as I woke up, I pretty much left because I was kind of done with that whole gang. But the weather was absolutely phenomenal. Great weekend to do it. It's so rare that we get this weather in Houston, and it's just great. So anyway, that's my story. I hope you all had a great weekend, and if you did anything Halloween-y, I hope it was fun. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.